guys. Make sure this thing is on. Yep, it is. Okay, when we left Mark and Uncle Jake and Nathan, Nathan had been to his first free jiu-jitsu class and he really liked it. The problem is that he didn't have any money, so looks like he's not going to be able to go to take jiu-jitsu lessons. This is Chapter 20, which is entitled The Junkyard. When I got home from camp today, Uncle Jake was waiting for me. He told me to grab all of my money and we went straight from camp to Victory Mixed Martial Arts, where Coach Adam teaches jiu-jitsu. There was an adult class being taught, so we waited on the side of the mat for it to finish. When it was over, Uncle Jake told me to go and talk to Coach Adam. Coach Adam, I have a question to ask. Sure, Mark, what's going on? Well, you remember that kid I brought in the other day, the kid with the black hair? Oh, yeah, Nathan. He seemed like a really good kid. How did you like his first day of jiu-jitsu? Where did I go? He loved it, Coach. He really did. That's great. You seem like you liked it. He's young to start training here all the time, like you do. So far, the conversation had been pretty easy, but this was the part I was nervous about. Well, Coach, actually, he would love to start training here every single day, but the problem is that his family, well, they really can't afford that much money. I was wondering if there was any way that he could train well, maybe for free? Coach Adams sat quietly for a few seconds. Free? Well, yeah, his family really doesn't have much money. And so you just want him to be able to train for free. I could tell already that Coach didn't like this idea very much, but I kept trying. That's the idea, Coach. Coach got an understanding look on his face, and I thought maybe we had a chance. But then he said, Mark, listen, I understand that he doesn't have much money, and that you're trying to help him, and that's really nice of you. But don't forget that I still have to pay rent for this building. I still have to pay for insurance. I have to pay for any repairs that need to be done to this building too. And I have to pay people to clean the place up. The mats, the locker rooms, the bathrooms, everything. And on top of that, don't forget that I have to have money to pay for my own house and my own car and food for my wife and my baby daughter. And what happens when other people find out that I let some people train here for free? What will they think? Maybe they'll all start asking if they can train for free too. And then what am I supposed to do? Is that fair? I don't think so. Your friend Nathan might not be able to afford to pay for classes, but I can't afford to have him not pay. I'm sorry, Mark. Much as I would like to help, nothing in life is free. Okay, Coach. Thanks for listening. I walked over to Uncle Jake. How'd it go, he asked. Not good. I told him and then explained everything that Coach had just told me. I was telling him about the rent, the repairs, and the cleaning. And when I got to the cleaning, he said, wait, cleaning? Yes, Uncle Jake. Someone has to clean up here every day. Pardon me. The mats, the locker rooms, the bathrooms, you know, all this stuff. Good. That's the way. What way, I asked. That is how you can get Nathan to be able to train here. Not for free, but by working by cleaning. Oh yeah, I said to Uncle Jake, realizing that was a really good idea. But Coach also has a great point. All this stuff costs money. Lots of money. You've got to try and help there as well. How much money did you bring? About $200. Is that all of your money? Yep, that's all of it. I really hoped Uncle Jake wasn't going to make me give up all my money. Okay, first you need to save 20% of it. That's $40. That leaves you $160. How much of that do you need? Well, I'm not sure. Uncle Jake, I worked really hard for that money. I know you did, he told me. And you should definitely keep a lot of it. But I told you the other day, when it comes to money, the only feeling that compares with earning it is being able to use it to help someone else. What if you offer Coach $60? And I said I will match what you put in. So your 60 plus another 60 from me comes to a total of $120. Plus, tell him you will clean the mats, the soccer room, and the bathroom after every class. Okay, Uncle Jake, I told him, and I have to admit, even though I was feeling pretty bad about giving away $60, at the same time it also felt really good to know I was going to be helping someone else out. I walked back over to Coach Adam. Coach? Yes, Mark? My Uncle Jake had an idea, and I wanted to see if you don't mind me asking for another way to have Nathan train here. Okay, Mark, let's hear it. Well, first of all, I know nothing is free and that you have to work for everything. Luckily, I've been working hard all summer. I've been working long hours mowing lawns and pulling weeds, and I've saved some money. I could give you $60. Plus, my uncle wants to help out too, so he said he would give the same amount as me, another $60. So that is a total of $120. Well, that's really nice, Mark, but it costs a lot more than that to train here, Coach Adams said. I know. That's why we're going to offer to do more. We're going to clean the academy for you, Nathan and I. We will clean the mats, the locker rooms, the bathrooms, everything. We will do whatever else you need us to do around the outside of the academy as well. Pull weeds, sweep up. We will keep this place in tip-top condition. It will be both of us. So we will do a great job, I promise. Coach Adams sat for a minute thinking. I could see he really wanted to help, but I still wasn't sure what he was going to say. Finally, after what seemed like forever, he said, okay. At first I didn't believe him. Okay? Yes, Mark. Okay, you can do it. You can bring Nathan. He can train here. And you want to know why I'm allowing it? Because of the money? No, because of your attitude. $120 still isn't enough to cover many costs at all. And I won't save too much having you two clean. But your attitude is good, and because you and your uncle are trying to help him, you're making me want to help him. And that is part of jiu-jitsu too. Being part of a team, helping one another out. So if you give that money to help pay for things, and you and Nathan help around here by cleaning up, well, then he can train here. Good job, Mark. Way to take care of your friend. Thank you, Coach, I told him, and we shook hands, and when we shook hands, it felt kind of different, like when two adults shake hands, like a business deal. It felt great spending money to help someone else. Uncle Jake was right. Again. I went over and told Uncle Jake that we had a deal. He got a big smile on his face too. I went to the car and got my money. and then Uncle Jake gave me his money, and I gave it all to Coach Adam. When we got to the car, Uncle Jake said, "First mission accomplished. Good job, Mark." "Thanks, Uncle Jake," I told him. "Now we go on mission number 2. "Mission number 2? What's that?" "Well, you wanted Nathan to be able to train in jiu-jitsu, but you also wanted him to get a bike. So we're going to get a bike." After a few minutes, we pulled off the road by a sign that said, "Junkyard." "Junkyard?" I asked. "What are we going to look for in the junkyard? A bike?" Yeah, we sure are. People waste all kinds of stuff all the time. They throw away things that would work fine with a little time and effort." We parked the car and got out. An older man wearing coveralls walked over to us. "Good afternoon, folks. What you looking for?" "Good afternoon," Uncle Jake said. "We're looking for bikes." "Okay then. Second path over there, off to the right. Next to the appliances, just after the lawn furniture." "Thank you, sir," Uncle Jake said as we headed down the second path. We walked for a bit and finally walked past all the lawn furniture. Then I saw a heap of old bikes. Some were almost completely destroyed, but some of them weren't too bad. Some of them were in even better shape than the Bruiser was when we started working on it. We climbed through and over the bikes, looking for one that was the kind of bike that Nathan might like and wasn't in too horrible a shape. As we were looking, our eyes both locked on one bike at the same time. It was a bluish color, without too much rust, but the tires were flat. The handlebars were flipped upside down, and it was missing one pedal. There were no grips on it, and overall it just looked pretty rough, but not too rough. I looked at Uncle Jake, and he looked at me. We both smiled. It was the one. We untangled it from some of the other bikes, and Uncle Jake carried it over to the man who had welcomed us. "How much for this one?" Uncle Jake said. "How about $2, the man said. $2? I thought to myself, the Bentley cost almost $200. I reached into my pocket and pulled out $2. Uncle Jake took one of my dollars, then pulled out one of his own and handed the money to the man. "Looks like you got yourself a new bike." "Well, maybe not a brand new bike, but you got a bike." "The kid will make it new," Uncle Jake said as he nodded to me. "Well, good luck, kid," said the old man. "Good luck with it." "Thank you, sir. I will do my best." And I think we're going to stop there because that's the end of chapter 20, I think.